Hey Flosstube, this is Amy. Hope you're having a great stitching week. I know that I am so excited about this new year, excited about new starts, and I'm so glad that we get to spend time together again so we can get caught up. For those of you that have been here before, thank you for coming back. If you're new to my channel, this is all about cross stitch, the crazy obsession that we seem to love. So thank you for coming. Thank you for your sweet words about my One Nation finish by Bygone Stitches. I was so excited to get it done in time for my dad's birthday. I went back and forth deciding how to finish it. I did it on an 18 count Ada, and it's still really large, and it was not anywhere near a standard frame size, so I knew I needed to either get it custom framed or be very creative. I even thought about stitching it or making a pillow out of it. But you know, I spent so much time on it. I wanted it done right for my dad's birthday, and I went ahead and took it to Hobby Lobby. I don't have a local needlework shop. I don't have a local frame shop. The last thing I got anything professionally framed was back in 1996. I had my two big, almost full coverage pieces framed, the little aviator and the tea party that I showed you way back, probably in my first video. And so 1996 was the last time I got anything professionally framed. So it had been a while. So I didn't know where to start. Like I said, Hobby Lobby was really my only option here. I'm jealous for you guys that have local shops that can frame your pieces and really know how to work with needlework. I'm hoping that Hobby Lobby does a good job. They seem to know what they were talking about, and they said they don't lace the needlework, but they stretch it and pin it. So I bit the bullet and tried a bunch of different frames with it. I didn't want anything ornate. I wanted something simple. I wanted it rustic so it would match the coffee tea staining of the fabric. I took my mother with me since it's going to be hanging in her house too, and she was getting to help me decide. They were good. They just brought out different pieces of wood, and nothing was really grabbing me. So I can tell you definitely what I don't like. If someone gives me options, and then when I see what I do like, I get really excited. So the frame that we chose for that one is a rustic cream colored frame. It matches the ecru of the flag, and I think they said a 2-inch border is what they recommended for it. So it's there, it's getting framed, and they said it would be done in 2 weeks. So not quite in time for my dad's birthday. So I have a little picture of it that I thought I would give him on his actual birthday, and then when it's ready, he'll just get a belated birthday present. So I can't wait to show that to you too. So that was my project for this week. The other funny project is I had my piece that I made for my mom's birthday. Let me grab it and show you. I've shown this before, but this is a piece that I made for her birthday. And it's actually a border that I used from Heartstring Samplery, and then I charted my own verse on the inside. So I had a vision of what I wanted to frame this like, and found a cute little frame that had the distressed paint, barely any paint on it, and it just, I thought, looked really cute. And my mom was so adorable. She goes, it's okay. I would just want to paint that tray. It just didn't look like it was right for her. So I was glad I took her. We looked at a bunch of different options and didn't find anything that grabbed her fancy. Her birthday is in April, so I have time to get that done, but I thought it would be fun if she was involved in that decision. So we may just end up going and getting it framed as well. I will tell you, I was sticker shocked at the price for getting something framed. I guess just since it had been so long. I didn't get any matting. I didn't get any glass on it. It was just a frame and then prepping the needlework. So, but I know it's going to turn out nice, and I wanted it to be nice. So who knows, we may go ahead and just get this one professionally framed as well. They said they were out of stock, that The vendor had actually, or I don't know, the vendor of the store had actually pulled a lot of their old frames and they were replacing them with newer ones. So they said their supply, their stock wasn't exactly what it should be, and that they would be beefing that up again soon. So that was my big project, trying to get that framed. And yes, it will be done, just not quite in time for his birthday, but close enough. So now that I've rattled on about that, let me show you what else I've been working on. So my birthday start was the ink circles, cert decors, and this is what I have so far. So this is the middle, and this is the bottom right-hand corner. Using the variegated silk floss. I'm stitching with shorter pieces of the floss. I think I could have made them longer, but it's my first time stitching with silk, so I'm getting there. I'm learning. I think it's very pretty though. So that's my ink circles. This is on a 32 count silvery moon. I think after looking at trying to get something framed and also seeing what kind of standard frames I can put some of my pieces in, I think the smaller the count, the better. So I was glad this flag was on an 18 count instead of, 14 or 16. And this 32 count seems to be my happy place. I really like it. It's easy to stitch with. So far so good. And this is one that I would like to go ahead and get professionally framed as well. So that's my ink circles piece. Another piece that I have been revisiting is my tiny Modernist, Words to Live By. I had ordered the central piece and I think the first 2 or 3 little sayings and then stopped. So I have the part 1 and I think 2, 3, and 4. So I don't have all of these. I started out on a black 18 count Aida after stitching all the chalk on the farm pieces and my ink circles, cert decors that I did on a black background as well. I was just tired of black and I wasn't liking the way my white stitches were looking on that black. So I asked all of your opinion and you guys were sweet to give me all different kinds of options. I think it was good that I just set it aside for a while and then came back to it. So when I ordered my fabric for my new ink circles birthday piece, I ordered the 32 count Lugana, and I also ordered a 16 count gray, touch of gray Aida is what this one is. Since I wasn't going to use this for my birthday piece, I thought it might be good just to start over on my tiny Modernist. I am stitching it with pink instead of white. So instead of a black background like it's called for with a white frame, I'm using kind of a fuchsia pink. My other frame was off a few stitches. This one is perfect so far. So what I did the little trick of when you are stitching, you just do a half stitch and then on the 10th stitch, you do a full cross all the way through as I'm counting. After I know it's right, then I go back and fill the rest of it in. So it made it really easy to see where I was on this. I don't know if you can tell, but it's half stitches and then every 10th stitch is a full X. It's even, it's right, and I'm excited. The color that I picked for this is it's a DMC, and the color number is 3607. I love the color. I love hot pink. As you can see by my walls, it kind of matches the walls in here. This was my daughter's bedroom before she got married and left me. Um, but the 3607, that was the last 4 digits of my phone number when I was growing up. So I thought that was kind of fun. So that's the tiny modernist words to live by. The frame is outlined. Now I'm starting with the detail work. And then I thought I could wait and do fill-ins, the full crosses going back sometime when I need some mindless stitching. So I'm excited about starting that back. So a restart feels good on that one. Another thing is my Little House Needleworks Route 66 that I subbed the Victorian Motto threads for. I am off a half of a stitch again. And I don't know why. And I did the color toss, the floss toss on this fabric and did everything the way I was supposed to. And I like my colors of the design, but I'm not crazy about the fabric. So I'm going to put it aside, but my thinking is to restart. And I think I want to hand dye some fabric for this one and start again. So I think it's okay to do a restart. I should have figured it out sooner, but you know what? I could keep going and not love it when it's done, or I could stop and fix it now. I don't know why I'm off half a stitch. You can see I have the indent from where my glasses were. I stitch wearing glasses. I wear multifocal lenses. It's like the no line bifocals, but there's more than one prescription. I've got the distance, the close, and then the near vision. So I have a 2.0 prescription for my near vision and I have my glasses on all the time when I'm stitching. I cannot stitch without my glasses. I also use a big light while I'm stitching. I had a Bright Tech light that I just recently purchased that actually bit the dust. It started smoking and got really hot, and I was afraid it was going to catch fire because there was smoke. So that would happen Christmas night. So I unplugged it quickly and it went to the garbage. So I was glad I was right there while it was on. But I do have my light, but I do have to wear my glasses the whole time when I'm stitching. So I thought I was being careful. I know the trick of, starting at the threads where you can tell, make sure you're stitching in the right spot. And I thought I was doing all that, but I got off somewhere. So no big deal. Wasn't crazy about the fabric anyways, and that was just another reason to stop and redo. Okay, the project now that I can't put down is my cinnamon stars. But cinnamon stars is one that I actually started last fall, and I have the DMC colors for this, and I have Victorian Motto. So I had all my flosses on rings and it was driving me crazy. So I actually put it in one of these boxes. I couldn't believe there were so many colors for this little pattern. There's a ton. So this kept me organized. So if I'm using the DMC, it's just whatever colors are on the cards. If I have substituted a Victorian motto for that, then what I did was on my working copy, I marked it out and wrote the color name out to the side so I'd know what I was doing. So there's a lot of different colors in this one. So let me show you. So some of these colors there, the stars up towards the top, even though the colors look similar, they're the DMC conversion, substitution, and they are a little bit different. I've changed. Of course, the roof's going to look different. My house is going to look different. I like all the stones in there. They were fun to stitch. There's a lot of different colors in there as well for the little stonework of the house. So on the actual middle house, I think I'm going to be happy with the color. Let me see if I can get the thread all the way so you can see it. This color is from Victorian Motto, and when I got it, I loved it. It's called Primitive Penny Rug. If I can get it up here. Sorry. There. So just a lot of pretty colors in it. In order to get it symmetrical, to be like paneling or like the slats in the house, I took a strand, took 2 threads from one side, made sure I started at the end that had the green. I'm stitching up this way with that one so I won't have to skip over the door. Took the other 2 threads, started here in the corner with the green side, so that way they'll be symmetrical as I'm going up. After I get past the door, I don't think I'll have to do that. And then that last 2 threads from my 6-strand floss, I'll just put that to the side to use later after I get past the door. I don't know. I've never really stitched something that was that highly variegated before going horizontally. But I want it to look like the wood planks. So we'll see how that looks. But I really like it. This little gray up here is variegated, just not heavily. But I think that's turning out really sweet. So that's Cinnamon Stars. And I am currently obsessing over this one. Don't want to put it down. So as far as plans, it's just kind of like whatever moves me. I don't know. I don't know if I want to make a plan because I might want to break a plan. But I sure need to look into some maybe challenges or stitch-alongs, and for sure the Cinnamon Stars. Get going with some people on that one. So I'm just having a blast with it. I am. I'm bending needles like crazy. I don't know if I'm stress stitching and if it's just, I don't know why, but I'm bending needles. I still need to order those Pat Carson needles. I think I'm ready for another wish list purchase. So if you want to tell me if you could purchase any pattern or any floss that you could, let me know what you would purchase, because I think I might be looking at making an order pretty soon. So I would love to hear what your thing is that's on your wish list that you've been wanting to buy. For me right now, it's Pat Carson needles. Is that funny? Just boring needles, but I hear they're great. And I hear they don't bend as easy. So definitely going to look at that. So gosh, guys, I just can't believe it's January. I can't believe it's 2020. I'm excited about this year. I am looking forward to all the stitching that we are going to be doing together. And I thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, y'all.